Big Chesty, Big Sexy. And if y'all hear Jalen in the background, which we shouldn't hear Jalen, because he's in there playing with his brother.
Yes, he's a noisy little
fella.
Okay. I'm sorry for the noise. I'm so sorry for y'all ears. Okay, I'm sorry. Can't do nothing with him when he in there playing with his toys, pew pew pew, or whatever. When he playing with his brothers, he just Anyway, life of a parent. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Yes.
Yes. Someone said, hold on. Oh yeah, someone was saying that Apple is launching a car that's self-driving without a steering wheel.
A steering wheel or pedals.
Possibly
that's dangerous.
By 2025.
That sounds dangerous.
Now maybe by then, because it's say by 2025, so that means they're like in the process of figuring things out. Dangerous. So I'm pretty sure that by 2025 everything would be then got situated.
But that's still
I know, but they're not finished with it, so that's just stuff probably they're drafting out.
But that still sounds.
How many times you gonna say that? I mean, really, how many times you gonna say that?
Because it sounds dangerous.
Okay. Anyway, so I don't know if y'all knew. A lot of people knew, but apparently it was turkeys on sale for $329.
Some expensive turkeys.
Those were expensive turkeys. This year for Thanksgiving, we had ham. We didn't do turkey this year. How we normally do our Thanksgiving is we'll get a turkey and a ham because, I like ham.
And I like turkey.
He like turkey, and the kids just choose which one they want on their plates. Yeah. So yeah. But $329, baby, that turkey better be golden. Okay?
My soul.
Golden.
It better dookie gold.
And I hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, by the way.
Yes, y'all better.
I hope y'all ate pretty well, and
Yeah.
So someone asked a question: if a woman has been with a guy for some years, and the guy hasn't proposed, does that mean she should force him into putting a ring on her finger? I'm going to let you go first.
Hold on now. What was the question?
If a woman has been with a guy for some years, and the guy hasn't proposed, he hasn't proposed yet, does that mean she should force him into putting a ring on her finger?
No. Because if he wants to be with her, he's gonna propose.
I agree with that.
If he wants to be with her, he's gonna propose. If you trying to force him into it, then he feels like you're smothering him.
Right, and
that's not he. If he's not proposing, and y'all have been together for years, he's comfortable where y'all at.
Yeah. Some people don't. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, if you ask him, right? If you ask him if he wants to get married, and he says yes, then you go from there. But don't force him to do nothing he don't want to do. Because just like we can't force y'all to do nothing, don't force us to do nothing.
Right.
We have rights too.
Yeah. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Because some people don't really believe in marriage. Like, I have a lot of friends who didn't necessarily, believe in marriage like that. Leave it alone. It's not bothering you. It's right there. Dang, I got it. I got it. Some space from you. I got the mic over here.
I leave it alone.
We'll get my nerve out. But back to what I was saying. So, I agree because I've had some friends who don't believe in marriage. Like, they be like, oh, I prefer to just not get married. I could stay with that person for a long time. Okay, I'm not judging. Some people believe it and some people don't. But if you force him to put, or he, not he, what am I trying to say? If you or whoever, I'm trying to say you or whoever you're asking the advice for is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
If you try to force him to do it, it might be a bad idea. Because obviously that's not on the table right now. I'm just saying, you should talk to him about it though, whoever.
Yeah.
Speaking of couples, so someone sent me an article, and apparently there is a couple who got married despite never meeting each other on Zoom. Apparently I guess they was like talking on Facebook or whatever. Then they started, face calling, timing or whatever each other on Zoom. And yeah,
so
they got
video
married.
chatting on Zoom.
Yeah, they got.
So they never
married.
met in real life.
They never met, but they have communicated. They do see that they are each other, so it's no catfishing going on.
So they never met in person.
Yes,
but they got how?
Yes, they got married. I don't know how.
Over the internet?
Yes, and let me tell you, I'm not judging, but I feel like sometimes you find that person and you're conversating and you're vibing with each other, but not getting to know that person. You only see this person through a screen, which means you don't see the other portion of their life, what they're doing or involved in or
you don't
whatever.
See the other side of it.
So I just feel like it's a beautiful love story in a way, because I've never heard of anybody doing it. This is the first time I've ever heard of that. So I just hope that the marriage do last. They
don't even know each other.
I know, but hey, they made long distance work. Most people, for example, when you leave high school and you both go to two different colleges, majority of the time, long distance relationships fail half the time. Some work, some don't.
But it's one of those, they met on the internet, right?
Which is, yeah.
They haven't met in person. They ain't even got a chance to get used to each other, but yet they got married. They don't even know each other.
I mean, by now they probably have, now that they're married, we don't know that.
You never know.
But I feel like
they should have met up. If they was really serious about it, they should have met up and got used to each other. Moved in, did what they had to
for
do.
them though. So
and then
I'm not judging.
I mean, of course, but I'm saying, once you done already married somebody, but you only find out who they is once you move in with them.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true, because once you move in, you get to see the ins and the outs of everything.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. Yes. But anyway, on to the next topic. So apparently, a woman, her boyfriend. Oh, this is the one about the subscriber. Sorry, y'all, I'm reading off my notepad. So this is the one about the subscriber. So her boyfriend, she took him to a strip club for the first time. Okay, she took him to the club for the first time. And now, since he went for the first time, he can't stay away from the strip club. He has not only spent half of his rent money.
Right.
At that club.
Uh-huh.
She says that they have had arguments back and forth.
Yeah.
She has found numerous cell phone numbers, phone numbers or whatever, in his pockets, and he keeps saying, "Oh, it's nothing. These are guys I'm meeting at the club. We cool, this, that, and all that." So she wants to know your opinion.
Oh, me?
Because you are a guy. She wants to know your opinion on the situation. What should she do?
He is cheating.
I think he's cheating.
Definitely
cheating. To be honest, because if you took him that one time, it just took him to go there that one time, and now he can't stay away, baby. And then the half of the rent money.
Yeah, he is cheating. Ain't no other way around it. He is cheating. All the red flags are there. Get out. Get out while you still can. He is cheating.
Oh, and by the way, her name is Tatiana, so shout out to you, because you said you was okay with your name being said. Shout out to you.
Shout out Tatiana.
So somebody asked, because see, you have not really watched, you haven't been watching the game, but I have, the new season, because they bought it to Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And my thoughts on it is I kind of like it. It kind of gives you the vibe of the old seasons of the show, even though Derwin and Melanie, Derwin is supposed to be in this season, I guess, or whatever.
Pooch Hall.
Due to the fact that they're not there, at first I was like, man, I don't know if I want to watch it, but it's actually kind of good. It kind of gives you the vibe of the old with the new. So I'm excited to see what direction they take this to. Okay, because Malik already just look. Somebody asked about this season of All-American. Do you feel that this season is the best season?
It's good. It's a good season.
I think this is a good season.
It's a good season.
I really think this is a good season.
I really like that they stopped playing. I really like that they stopped playing around with Spencer and Olivia. They
worked my nerves with that last season.
From the first season, it seemed like they wanted to be together.
Right.
It seemed like they had some chemistry, but because he was always talking to her, they were closer. He was talking to her more than he was talking to Layla, and that was his girlfriend.
Yes,
they were closer. Throughout the first 3 seasons, they was super close, and then he ended up with Layla, and it's just like, You know that's not the girl for you, dog.
Like
Olivia. She knows you more than she knows you better than your girlfriend does.
Yes, and I kid y'all not. When the first season dropped, because we saw how him and Olivia was kind of like back and forth. They were trying to figure out their brother and sister and stuff like that. Like, I just knew after they got past that little bump in the road and they realized they weren't siblings. I really already knew that was the girl he should have been with in the first place, and not Layla. Layla's a good girl, but I think she's more for Asher to me. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Olivia is more for Spencer. So finally they did it in that direction. Maybe Layla and Asher finally actually be boyfriend girlfriend, because they've been playing around, back and forth right now. But so a supporter, he didn't want his name said, so I'm not going to say his name. He believes he got his best friend's baby mama pregnant. I'm gonna say the mother of his child. I don't really like saying baby mama like that.
He got his best friend's baby mama. What?
Yes. So let me tell y'all.
That's a violation. That ain't no.
So I would think that's against bro code.
That is.
Because they still friends. I mean, now if you asked him for his permission to talk to her, but that's the thing. Let me get to the rest of it. So his best friend has still been on and off with the mother of his child. Okay?
So basically,
it's a possibility that it's also his baby. So he calls him and he tells him that the mother of his child is pregnant, right? His friend calls him and tells him. And he's thinking to himself like, dang, he's been kind of, on and off with her himself because he hadn't got a chance to tell him yet.
Yeah.
So now his friend is excited for this baby that's on the way, because they don't, basically the situation is he had been telling him all the time that him and his, the mother of his child been on and off. Yeah. They, they know if they can work it out, whatever. So his friend during that process, he listened to every complaint he was having about the girl and all this and that. And he made his way on up in there, in the house. He done had his fun, and now he wants to know how should he break the news to his friend. Because now he's in a difficult situation.
You shouldn't have did it in the first place.
I feel like...
You shouldn't have did it in the first place, but you ain't got no choice but to tell him.
Right. I feel like if you was interested in, in his girl... I'm going to just say his girl because they on and off. It sounds like they serious now that she done announced she pregnant. So I'm just say his girl. Yeah. So I feel like you should have told him that you were, having fun with her, I just say. I feel like you should have told him that you was interested in seeing what his mind was, because I feel like that be the mistake with a lot of people. Like, you have in your mind, oh, well, my friend ain't with so-and-so no more, so, this and that. But when your friend has an actual child with that person or whoever, that's a difficult situation, because they on and off. They are forever,
connected. They got a child.
They have a child. So that's a difficult situation right there. I'm going to need to say a prayer for you, because that's messy right there. And now she pregnant. Ooh. Anyway, that's going to be, look.
Yeah,
you keep us updated and tell me how the friendship go, because...
you got no choice but to tell him, dog.
Yes. So...
Because if he find out through her, it's going to be something.
It is.
It's going to be worse coming from her.
It is. So, apparently, according to the article I was sent, thank you, Chanel, for sending me this article. Yeah. But apparently a woman was fired for turning up to work on time and leaving when her shift was over. Now, from what I was reading, she is a contractor. I do contractor work. You work through a company and they send you to whatever destination.
Right.
Like with me, it's hospitals, nursing homes, da-da-da.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was, the boss that she had or whatever, she wanted her specifically from that company as a contractor to work for her. So she wanted her to occasionally work 8 hours of overtime.
So basically, she wanted her to work 16-hour days.
Basically, and the girl said she would tell her, look, I work my shift. I'm ready to go home, which I can relate. To be honest, I could be.
Yeah,
I can
once
relate.
you work the full 8, you ready to go.
Yes, because I used to work 12-hour shifts mostly, and then I started saying, you know what, I just do my 8, and it can get messy because sometimes they be in their feelings like, oh, you can't work this extra shift. So then, they don't want you to kind of contract through them. You got to give it a break and go somewhere else. All because issues with their own workers they try and put on you. It could be a stressful situation. But long story short, the lady said that she was doing the bare minimum. All because she would not work those extra shifts for her. She then came to her and fired her from working, through her contract with them. I feel that's so unfair. It was wrong. It was selfish. I could go on and on. But I have experienced it. So I know from experience, sometimes you just have to turn the other cheek and keep it moving.
So she fired her. And her excuse was she did the bare minimum because she didn't want to work 16-hour days.
Yeah, she was okay with her working all that time. But as soon as she got to the point to where she could not, she just wanted to just work her shift and go home. The lady, apparently the boss would get upset. I have experienced that. And I'm telling you, it can really upset
That's
you.
Stupid.
I feel like you work your shift and you go home. Sometimes you can help out, whatever. But don't nobody want to have to do that every single day. And that apparently is what she wanted her to do. That's how it had got with some of the companies I work for. They would want you to come in on your off day, which ain't no problem. You want to go make a little extra money. But when you actually have something to do, you want to relax, it's I don't know. But, yeah. I pray she find her another job, or another place to contract through because she's still with the company she was with apparently. So, yeah. You got anything you want to say? You want to talk about?
Nope.
Okay, well, look.
I mean, I want to talk about how good Returnal is on the PS5. I mean, it's amazing. For real,
Will been playing Returnal for about a week?
I've been playing it since I got it, yeah.
Him in that game been inseparable.
And Call of Duty, so
okay?
Yeah.
Look, he been playing the game. I just don't know. But yeah, we appreciate y'all for watching. We hope y'all had a good time. Any of you want advice, just like these subscribers we were talking about, our supporters, DM us on Instagram, okay? And specify whether you want your name said or not, because I always ask that, okay? Yeah. If you're listening on SoundCloud, Spotify, we appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah. See you in the next episode, next Saturday. Peace.
Peace.